Although in stand-up comedy and hip-hop, the mic drop has been around for almost 4 decades, the term came into being again about 2 years ago when a comic battle rap competition series called Drop the Mic debuted on TBS. The concept for the show sparked in May 2016 as a fun face-off between James Corden and Anne Hathaway that got 6 million YouTube views in only 18 hours. The battle happened during The Late Late Show with James Corden, best known for its popular recurring segment called Carpool Karaoke. David Schwimmer, who was appointed to be a guest a few days later, phoned to say he wanted to try his hand at a rap battle. Though according to Corden, they never did the same bit twice in the same week. Schwimmer managed to convince him by sending in a load of lyrics about the host. "We knew there was a series in it," said Corden. The series was announced on August 11th, 2016, with a 2017 premiere. It was also announced that Corden would serve as executive producer, while the show would be hosted by rapper and actor Method Man and model Hailey Baldwin, with Joshua Silverstein providing original beats for each rap battle. Each week, celebrities from the worlds of entertainment, music, sports, and pop culture face off in a rap battle filled with smashing rhyming, quick thinking, and I can't believe they just said that moments. At the end of each head-to-head battle, Method Man picks the winner. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at 7 Drop the Mic performances that astonished everybody during these 3 seasons. Glee was a popular musical comedy drama television series that aired from 2009 to 2015, so it comes as no surprise why this cast was simply the perfect choice for a reunion face-off. It was 3 vs 3, as Kevin McHale, Jenna Oshkowitz, and Heather Morris faced off against Amber Riley, Harry Shum Jr., and Becca Tobin, and the burns were coming out one after another.
But ever since his career has been a step down, and your character was Mercedes, but that's not your style. You should have been used Hyundai with 50,000 miles.
This not-so-heartwarming reunion was opened by McHale, who kicked off with pointing out Shum Jr.'s questionable singing skills. But Harry had a treat for all 3 of his mates.
"Kevin, I'm impressed. Look at you now. You got buff, but you still look like Rachel Maddow."
Suggesting they consider a new profession because they could really use a new direction. Jenna Oshkowitz seemed to really have a problem with the new generation of Glee, saying that Becca's group was the worst new class since Saved by the Bell, but Tobin got her revenge by congratulating Jenna on being Katy Perry's least famous friend. After Heather took a shot at Tobin's intelligence, Amber Riley closed this crossfire with a real drop the mic line.
"This battle is over, so you can go home, ladies, cause you just got ran over by a Mercedes."
Well, that was arguably the least friendly reunion we have seen. Coming next is a horror battle between American Crime Story's Darren Criss and a young star from Stranger Things, Gaten Matarazzo. Though half his age, Gaten didn't let Darren Criss get away so easily. The battle was pretty fierce, with both sides joking about Matarazzo's rare condition. Though Matarazzo did start first with a statement that Darren had got more gaps in his career than he has in his teeth.
"How you made it this far is just beyond belief. You got more gaps in your career than I have in my teeth."
He also noted that the battle was his revenge for having to watch Darren Criss in Glee, which had ruined his childhood. But on the other side, Criss didn't seem to care about hurting his young opponent's feelings. So besides calling him a real-life Cabbage Patch Kid and making fun of his career and age, Criss also had the crowd screaming with a verse,
"Gaten, you know I'm rooting for you, and for you, greatness calls, and I hope you drop the mic, cause you barely dropped your ball!"
However, to wrap it up, Matarazzo also made a reference on his own age and took the trophy home with a verse,
"You had no chance tonight against me on the stage, because I'm twice the superstar you are, and half of your age."
Moving on to another battle of generations. However, this time it's 5 against 1. In season 1, we were treated with a real pop battle between a new star, Charlie Puth, and one of the most popular boy bands from the 90s, the Backstreet Boys. This old pop versus new pop battle started off with the youngest of the Backstreet Boys, Nick, who got straight to the point.
"There's an old saying that you're the dumbest in your youth. Whoever said that must have met Charlie Puth."
He then continued with saying that Charlie had covered Adele, but Adele had covered her ears and that he had gone down the wrong back street. But the 25-year-old fired back with a vengeance, wondering how Nick was the cute one, looking like David Beckham if he had lived in his car.
In 2017, that sounds quite bizarre. You look like David Beckham if he lived in his car.
The battle continued with duo Brian Luttrell and Howie D, who defended the fact that their fans were probably just mums, and compared Charlie with Harry from One Direction, but with no styles. It was clear that the battle would be all about looks and age differences, so Charlie wanted to assure them that they were not aging well and that much of their money went to AJ's guy liner. The final round started with AJ calling Charlie a wanna Bieber and Kevin comparing his looks to Ellen's, who had first signed Charlie after seeing him on YouTube, and the group dropped its mic by saying,
"We all know your music, but let me just say, tell me why, Charlie? Why won't you go away?"
Charlie said he liked that song, but that still didn't stop him from asking all of them to admit they had come to the show so that their daughters could meet him.
Stop pretending, you guys, you don't want to beat me. I know you did the show so your daughters could meet me. Hey. Look at you two, I can't hold back in laughter. You look like a photo of before and after. My mom wants to...
Next on our list is an episode that put together a veteran girl power icon Shania Twain and a new star Meghan Trainor. Both of the artists used the opportunity to reflect on just about every hit the famous singers have. To kick off, Meghan rapped she was battling one of her idols, but then suggested she confused Shania for Dolly Parton.
You expected Dolly Parton? Must be hard on you, because when I heard Meghan Trainor, my response was, who?
Things got more heated after Meghan sang one of Shania's songs and informed her, "You don't impress me much." It seemed like nothing was off limits.
You sold a lot of records, yeah, I'll give you that fine. But who's a fan of your music? Not any man of mine. Now
However, much to everyone's surprise, the battle finished in a slightly different manner than the previous ones. Both of the singers admitted their love for each other, which resulted in the first tight score of the show.
And I know we're battling to see who's meaner, but I love you so much, girl. I didn't want to do this either.
Moving on to arguably one of the smartest drop the mic battles, since it was led between the two nerds from the hit show known as The Big Bang Theory. Both were merciless when it came to their names. Kunal asked Mayim whether her name was the same as a side dish for falafel, referring also to the fact that she is vegan.
Maybe change your name. Your name sounds awful. Mayim Bialik, is that a side dish for falafel?
Mayim, however, had her revenge with telling Kunal that he's got that kind of name that makes Trump nervous. Fans of the show are aware that Mayim is the only actor on the cast who actually has a PhD. So of course, that came up when Kunal told his co-star that nobody cared about her comeback to acting after having her PhD and that she wasn't funny at all. But Mayim struck back hard when she mentioned Kunal's wife.
He loves golf. Let me give you this hook. Your wife's Miss India. I'm sure she likes you for your looks.
However, round 3 was when they were probably the cruelest, when after wondering what to make fun of next, Kunal asked himself a question. Who knows? While touching his nose and pointing out Mayim's apparently touchy subject. Maybe he shouldn't have done that since Mayim then ended the battle clearly inspired.
It's cool that you tried, but you get my middle finger, because you just got roasted. Bazinga!
In the battle between Jason Derulo and a former member of One Direction, Liam Payne, nothing was off limits. Derulo started off by stating that Liam was the least popular member of the group and continued throwing some insults about his older wife.
Yes, my girlfriend is older. You ain't wrong. Older women love me, especially your mom.
He didn't hold back, so he went on asking Derulo whether a 6-year-old named his songs and told him if people liked Swallow, they lied because to release that he'd had to swallow his pride.
If people like Swallow, trust me, they lie. To release that, you had to swallow your pride. Say a name on every song to make sure you get credit. Like anyone hears that shit and would lie that they did it.
In the end, Liam Payne may be rewarded with a golden microphone, but they both should have won the trophy for quite a savage face-off. Finishing our list with another epic battle between an actor, Ashton Kutcher, and the man who had started the show in the first place, James Corden. It's interesting that up until that episode, Corden had never won, so he came prepared with a few movie and television references and started mocking Kutcher's roles one after another.
You join to the hot limit producers in the beat. It's the only time people thought, man, I miss Charlie Sheen.
But Kutcher wowed the judges by dropping his own movie references. However, it was Corden's appearance that had really inspired Kutcher, who had to point out that he looked like a baby of Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. Since the battle was so tight, they had to call Puff Diddy, who said it was one of the closest battles in the Late Late Show history, and deemed Corden the champ by only half a point.